Hello everyone! Husky Ninja here. Today we're going to have a look at a TCG Player article looking at the Eminence In Shadow set for weiss. And before I start, I'd like to first say this is a re-recording of the original video, as in the original video there was something I didn't want shown in the video, and I forgot to log out of TCG Player. So, it's my bad, nothing else. So, we shall have a look at this article. So, without further ado, let's start. So, this article was written by Drew on April 29th of 2026. And it's titled, Collecting the Eminence in Shadow with weiss. Value Beyond a Shadow of Doubt. They show a really nice artwork here, which I do believe was also used for one of the game mats, of Shadow/Sid and his shadow guarding girls. Eminence in Shadow is the next big anime IP to make its way into weiss. And the canny reader knows what that means. More top quality collectibles. weiss is still the reigning champion when it comes to printing awesome IP-centric collectible cards. With each release bringing something new to the table, and Eminence in Shadow has some serious edgy appeal. Let's look at some of the options for collecting this new dark IP. And you'll find all kinds of reasons not to stay lurking in the shadows yourself when it comes to picking up this set. And this bit here, if you click on it, does take you to the official weiss English page, which is the special one that they did for the Eminence in Shadow set. Our leading shadow. Sid is a surprisingly endearing character, diving deep into numerous roles within the world of Eminence in Shadow. Isekai stories may feel a little overdone at this point, but that doesn't change that this story feels feels refreshing. I'm going to shorten some words if it's hard for me to say due to my dyslexia, but it feels refreshing. And being able to collect several variants of the main character feels good. And surprisingly, Sid and his usual alter ego Shadow have a lot of options to pick up from the set. They're all also, unsurprisingly, quite playable, and it turns out people want to play with the main character. So his cards all look great and feature almost every treatment in the game for interesting collectors. This basically means, like, every single rarity within the set, there is a Sid Cognate card. Well, Sid/Shadow card. So here you see a couple examples with their market values, with bold Excuse Sid, with its higher rarity version, or variant, being around $150, $170. Then you have the ultra rare version of the Climax card I Am, where you have Sid wearing a wedding tux, with a fleur de lis, which is what's used for the soul trigger, in his pocket, as well as him holding a weiss card. You also see here a couple more of the higher rarities, like one that's more middle road, another high end of 2-on-1 shadow, and the very hard to read in person at the top Shadow. But it's a really cool card though. And following on from that, we have the signed bridal set. These are all, if I remember correctly, are like PRs. We'll click on the Delta one just to double check. Yes, allow. I'm so sorry things have been popping up. But this is, well, they're SPs. So here you have Delta, with what she does. And its current value right now is around about, I'd say $560 current value. as hers has just been going up. But they're all SPs. Now for the real reason some of you are here. The waifus! Weiss Schwarz often prints cute, highly collectible cards featuring the popular female characters of the franchise they acquire. The Eminence In Shadow has no exception, and the strong female cast gives us ample opportunity for cool collectibles. The collection is, in this case, Sorry, I got tongue-tied. Collectibles in this case include a complete set of all 7 shadows, each in a stunning stamp signature, making the wife in waifu more literal than usual. Any stamped signed card is value for collectors, and if you have any kind of affection for these characters, it's hard to do anything but recommend them. They are nice, and I do like how each of them has a Weiss Schwarz card. And Zeta having a whole explosion behind her. But is the fact that the price of them shoots up every so often. The most expensive one they have listed here is the Alpha. And I can see why people love Alpha. Like for me, it's like Alpha and Delta. They're my girls for Eminence. But I just love the fact they're like, for the signs. Well, for the signed cards of the girls. Let's just have them in wedding dresses. Which I just think is really cool. And next we have about value for collectors, where they're showing 3 different cards for Delta, 2 different variants of the Onslaught Delta, and a common rare of the 7 Shadows Delta, which is, this is the higher rarity one, so this is the signed. This is the normal. So you can see like how the price point will jump for those of you who aren't used to Weiss Schwarz. Finally, I want to make it clear that you don't necessarily need to be going after the chase cards in the set. Practically every character from the series that you may want to acquire has variants across several rarities. With my favorite character, Delta, Man of Taste, being a fine example. Sure, you may look into the secret or super rare, which is worth cracking a box for a chance to pull on its own, in my not so humble opinion. But you can always grab the lovely rare treatment and still feel happy with your favorite character in hand. I also feel happy with just like common and uncommons of my favorite characters I still love. But if you guys want to check out this article for yourselves, I will put a link to this article down below. As well as check out the rest of the articles on TCG Player written by Drew, as they are really good reads. And I'm happy that he's helping to cover a lot of things about Weiss Schwarz. Like, hey, this set's coming out soon, and then looking into the collectible side of it without it being like super jargon heavy, where you feel alienated if you're not into the card game. So I think that will cover for today. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And while you're there, click the bell notification so you know whenever I upload. And make sure restriction mode is turned off, because otherwise YouTube will hide videos from you guys, and we can't be having that. And while you're down there, check out the rest of the videos here on my channel. And I will put a link as well down below to a booster box open I did with my husband for Eminence In Shadow. Link will be down below as well as over here. So it's easier for if you guys are using the phone, or if, for example, you just prefer to click through a video to get to it. So until next time, hope you have a wonderful day. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye, everyone!